Go ahead.
So thank you again, everybody, for joining us tonight at Startup Huddle St. Lucia. I am the new appointed coordinator, local director of Startup Huddle St. Lucia, and the co-founder of T&D Marketing and Sales Management, a local company in St. Lucia registered, assisting small to medium-sized businesses and other enterprises to scale their businesses and raise their ROI. As the local director, my role is pivotal in creating a thriving ecosystem for entrepreneurs where we would facilitate connections, organize and oversee events, support entrepreneurs, whether it be to provide you with guidance, resources, and mentorship opportunities to help startups like yourself grow. We'll also be creating a safe space for entrepreneurs to discuss their challenges and receive constructive feedback. We will also be building partnerships to collaborate with other local organizations, sponsors, and other ecosystem players to enhance the resources available to you. We'll also be promoting inclusivity and diversity. This is to ensure that Startup Huddle is accessible to all entrepreneurs from all backgrounds in St. Lucia. We'll also be advocating for the underrepresented groups within the entrepreneurial community. We will be a champion for local innovation. So we will be highlighting success stories, and we do have Print and Stitch here with us tonight, as well as driving impact to monitor, measure the outcomes of Startup Huddle events to show progress and impact to our local ecosystem. So in all essence, I'm really here to inspire, connect, and support the next wave of innovators while ensuring that Startup Huddle St. Lucia becomes a cornerstone for entrepreneurial success in our region. So welcome again, one and all. I would like to also present you guys with our team. As we celebrate GEW 2024, ensure that you use the hashtag when posting this week to celebrate yourself and welcome to the Startup Huddle St. Lucia family. As I said, I am your local director, and we're about to embark on a journey from an idea to a business. So we have Miranda George, we have Janica Lamontine, who's our client relations. She is specialized in human resources as well as mental health awareness on local businesses and how it affects their employees. We have Miranda George Arthur as well, who has been a key player with us as our technical manager. So she has been very instrumental in ensuring everything is up to par. She also specializes in Google Workspace and ensures that all businesses she works with under her brand Tektronites have all the resources they need to streamline their workflow processes. All right. So welcome again, one and all. So I would like to first and foremost thank everyone who's been a part of the ecosystem. And I would just like to welcome anybody who would like to just first introduce yourself on the screen. Each person gets a minute with the businesses who are existing, so we at least know who's here. We could go by a list of show of hands, or you can take the stage. Just tell us who you are and what your business is about.
Well, I guess I'll jump in. First of all, James, since it's International Men's Day. Hi, my name is Isaiah Lord, and the name of my business is We Fix It. What we are is a one-stop shop for tradespeople, the very first in the Caribbean. And our job is to link qualified tradespeople with customers and vice versa. Yeah, so we started in 2019. Then we hit a little thing called COVID, but we're back here. And I'm very, very, very happy to see this initiative today. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm definitely 110% into helping out in whatever way I can.
Thank you very much, Isaiah. Hey, David, you went on the link?
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 developers there.
Okay, noted. Thank you. Go ahead.
And nothing else.
Jade, you there with us?
Yes, I'm there. I'm there. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect.
Go ahead, Lana.
Oh, I was just asking Jadi to introduce herself.
Okay, okay, sure. I came in a bit late. Apologies for that. Well, my name is Jade. My business is JPM. I am a cinematographer. Well, the focus of my business is helping other businesses thrive in terms of helping them get the content that they need in terms of marketing, or whatever thing they need, which is even if it's photography, videography, I do storyboarding, scripting, that kind of thing. Basically, with helping you to get content like PSAs or TV commercials, that kind of thing. So that's the main purpose of my business, basically to help everybody get their message out to solve the problems that their business is trying to solve. Yeah.
I'm the owner basically specialized in chocolate covered strawberries, which we are looking to relaunch very soon, and introducing some new. Resell products. So I'm kind of between the two, and I'm happy to be here because I'm hearing some good ideas, good businesses, and we're hoping to, of course, network with you guys as well. So that's it for me.
I see we also have
I
Claire
guess somebody else
Fabius.
could jump in since.
Hello everyone, my name is Claire Values and my business name is Fani Coco. It is a startup business and we aim to use the sustainable use of the coconut to manufacture various projects. Good night to all.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Michelle Marie. I'm the owner of Franzet's Box, which is a gifting company. We do gifts for all special occasions. We do gifts for corporate occasions, private clients. Well, basically, whatever you could think of, gift boxes, gift baskets. We also do printing. So, yeah.
Claire, are you with us? I see we have Slutero also.
Good night, everyone. My name is Michelle Samuel. I am the founder and CEO of Slugterra, a business development and social impact consulting firm based here in St. Lucia. I work heavily in the startup community, ecosystem builder, startup specialist as well. And I am very happy to be here to witness the relaunch of Startup Huddle St. Lucia. Tanzi, congratulations.
Thank you, Michelle. I see we have a few other businesses on. Feel free to come in and share. You just have a quick minute.
Hi, my name is Katisha Louise. Sorry about my voice, I'm getting the flu. I am the co-founder for Print and Stitch. We do printing, of business cards, wedding cards, t-shirts. We do embroidery, we do customization. We also have kids books that is available for sale on Amazon. What else? We do tumblers, anything that needs to be customized. Party favors also. Yeah, so that's basically much about it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Luazi, and I just want to start off by saying thank you so much to Tanzania for inviting me. I'm from South Africa, and I run the Sandton Cities startup huddle. And what I do, I've got a business that basically looks at connecting South African businesses with global businesses. We're basically a gateway to look at investments that happen within our country, and we go out there to look for what our country can offer to other countries, basically facilitating the matchmaking. And I'm very, very happy to be here. And I've been doing a little bit of research on St. Lucia, and hopefully we can work together in the future.
Excellent.
Sanyu, you could tell them about your WLT. Go ahead. Are these all the businesses we have with us tonight? David, you could tell them about your chapter in Canaries.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
You could go ahead and tell them a bit about your business and what you guys do in Canaries. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I was saying I have a slide. I have a presentation of 7
Oh, yes,
slides.
we were just doing some quick introductions about who's
just
on the
a quick
call.
introduction. So am I doing quick introductions or am I presenting?
You will be presenting as the fourth speaker. But we're
Okay.
just going over who's on the call tonight. So you could just introduce yourself so they know you're here and what your business is about.
Okay, fantastic. My name is
Quick
David
networking.
Henry. Fantastic. My name is David Henry. I am the CEO of Strategy Reloaded. Strategy Reloaded is a implementation company. Basically, what we do is we see a problem, we create a solution for it, and we make it a business. And you will get to know more about that when I present. We're based in Canaries, and we're a very youth-oriented team of young, talented professionals, and that is more or less our major resource. But you'll learn more about that when I present.
Thank you very much, David, and we're honored to have you here with us tonight. So as we go into our proceedings, guys, I do want to tell you that we have a pretty packed presentation for you from our various speakers. And our first speaker is Sanyu Joseph. Just give me a second. It's Marilyn Sanyu Joseph, and she is the founder and director of Where Ladies Talk. Marilyn Sanyo Joseph is also an executive producer and marketing consultant, school administrator, and the chair for Where Ladies Talk New York. She's a dedicated advocate for women's empowerment and community building. And as a founder of Where Ladies Talk, she's been instrumental in organizing events, workshops, and conferences that inspire and uplift women and girls. Her passion for sisterhood, respect, and personal growth is evident in all her endeavors. She's born and raised in St. Lucia, and she has always been driven by her desire for impact and community building. She pursued her education with a focus on business administration and marketing, believing that a strong foundation in these areas are crucial for personal and collective well-being. Sanyu's professional journey is marked by her commitment to education and community service, and she has worked tirelessly to create spaces where women can share their experiences and learn from one another and support each other's growth. So her leadership in WT has pretty much helped foster a sense of belonging and empowerment. In addition to this, she's involved in various initiatives aimed to promoting education and health awareness, and she does believe in the power of collaboration and often partners with organizations to amplify their impact and efforts. So tonight, we are here to tell you that Sanyu is going to be presenting on overcoming procrastination in your entrepreneurial journey. So Sanyu, we welcome you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Tanzi, for that. I do appreciate it. I'm happy to be here this evening. Thank you so much. And I'm happy to talk about something that is dear to me. Again, procrastination. I try to do it. I try not to do it, and I do it all the time. Sometimes I always get into my head before, I plan and I do stuff. There's always a reason why I think that maybe something might not work or something might work. So I'm hoping that my presentation tonight could give a little bit of knowledge of what not to do and why we do the things we do. And, yeah, all of us do procrastinate, I know for sure. But how do we stop it and how do we recognize it when it comes into play? So as Tansy said, my title for this evening is Overcoming Procrastination in Entrepreneurship. Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk about a challenge that many of us face, especially in the world of entrepreneurship. Procrastination. It is that sneaky bit of delaying tasks, pushing deadlines, or putting off decisions. But why do we procrastinate? And how can we overcome it to achieve our entrepreneurial dreams? Procrastination often stems from fear of failure, fear of making mistakes, or even fear of success. As entrepreneurs, we strive for perfection, but this quest can sometimes paralyze us. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect idea, or the perfect plan. But in reality, perfection is an illusion. What we need is progress, not perfection. To combat procrastination, we must first acknowledge, recognize when you're delaying tasks, and understand why. Is it because a task seems too daunting? Break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate each small victory, and you'll find the larger task less intimidating. Another effective strategy is to set clear, achievable goals. Instead of saying, I need to launch my business, break it down into specific actions like, I need to create a business plan, I need to secure funding, or I need to build a website. Each step brings you closer to your ultimate goal. Accountability is also crucial. Share your goals with a mentor, a friend, or a fellow entrepreneur. Regular check-ins can keep you on track and provide the motivation you need to keep moving forward. Remember to be kind to yourself. Most of us, we take ourselves so literally. We want to do everything. We all in our heads. But forget, we have to also be kind to us, to ourselves. Procrastination is a common struggle. And it's okay to stumble. It is okay to fail. It is okay to not get things right all the time, especially when we're just starting out in business. It will never be the perfect picture of what we want it to be. It's how we learn and how we grow from it. What's important is to get back up and keep going. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Overcoming procrastination is about taking action, no matter how imperfect it may seem. Embrace the journey, learn from your mistakes, and keep pushing forward. Your entrepreneurial dreams are within reach, and with determination and perseverance, you can achieve them. And I'm hoping you know that just by saying all of this to you guys, those of you that are already in business, those of you that are starting a business, and maybe those of you that not sure of wanting to be a business, stop the procrastination is in our heads. Let us, focus on the small things that we could do. First of all, when you're into business, how do I move from one point to point A to point B? What does it take me to move from point A to point B? Who are going to be my market research persons? Who are going to be those that I need if I need and I have an idea and I don't know how to put it on paper? Or so you have to have your go-to people as well. You have to stop thinking that of every little thing of why it would not work and think of why it will work. Stop thinking why me, why not you stop, don't think little of yourself. Be kind to you. Know that you can do it. The mere fact that it came into your brain, it is your idea, you thought about it, it came to you, that means this is something that you can do. So I would really urge every one of you to go out there, start small, move forward, push through. Things will not go all easy all the time, but all of us can do it. All of us can do it. All of us have to start from somewhere to get to another place, and then don't worry about when tomorrow comes, what's going to happen, or if somebody like my idea, will they come and buy from me, will they support me? If we keep thinking about who will support us, who will give us the encouragement, who will look at us as think we're all that, and who will look at us as something different, the mere fact we keep thinking of all of these things, it doesn't allow us to be our best selves and to tell ourselves that this is me. I am putting myself out there and I am going for it. So keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. And you know what? The people that are for you, the hungry people in the room, or the persons that wants to support you, they will find you. They will be there all the time to seek you out. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Sanyu, for your encouraging words. This is truly inspiring, as in the business realm, we tend to focus on things that do not really matter in the start, instead of just putting everything in place for the business. Everything would fall in line. Strangers would buy from you. So if you're thinking of friends and family on your entrepreneurial journey, I'm here to remind you that you would be surprised a stranger would walk into your door within a second and support you at your price. So most times it's not keen to watch what others are doing, because when you look to the left, there's somebody else looking at you and proud of your accomplishments. And Sunny was just here reassuring us that on our journey up, it's about progress and keep moving forward. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to direct them towards Sanyu. She's here to discuss before we go on to our next presenter. Was everything clear to anybody? Were there any thoughts that came to mind?
Whilst you're thinking, I could share with you all some famous persons, famous entrepreneurs who experience procrastination before achieving success. So we have Bill Gates, and before founding Microsoft, Bill Gates started a company called Data, which failed. Despite this setback, he learned valuable lessons that helped him succeed later. We also have Steve Jobs, and you know the late Steve Jobs, known for his incredible impact on technology. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he co-founded. He spent years working on other projects, including Next, before returning to Apple and leading it to unprecedented success. We have also Sarah Blakely, the founder of Smack. Sarah Blakely initially wanted to be an attorney, but failed the LSAT. She spent years selling fax machines door to door before creating her successful undergarment company. And then we have Sir James Dyson. Dyson spent 15 years and created five. He created lots of prototypes before finally succeeding with his bagless vacuum cleaner. His persistence paid off, making Dyson a household name. I know I sure some of you all know the vacuum cleaner that has Dyson on it. It comes with all it comes with all different shapes and sizes, and a lot it's all over the world. And then we have Walt Disney. Disney faced numerous failures, including being fired by a newspaper editor for lacking imagination. He went on to create one of the most iconic entertainment companies in the world. So you see, there are lots of famous entrepreneurs that before us have failed, but they moved on. They pushed through. They didn't let failure be they step into it to say, you know what, I am not going to try again. I failed once and that's it. I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid to go forward, and that's it. So you could see those samples of those famous entrepreneurs that are now making billions and billions. And if they had just stopped in their track and say, you know what, who's going to buy my product? I failed once, who's going to come and support me? They would not have reached the top that they reached now. So guys, I'm just letting you know, failure is always something good. Don't look at it as something bad. When you fail at one thing, figure out why you failed, go back into it and figure out, where did I fail? What caused me to fail in that particular moment? What can I learn from my failure so I could try again and then, you know, evolve, get things done, go back and do it the right way. So that's to tell you, failure is not an option. It's just something, a stepping stone for you to push through. Tansy, you're muted.
Thank you, Sanyu. So guys, based on the name Sanyu mentioned here today, you can clearly tell that it is a journey and never just a destination. You keep going and you're never lost. With having faith the size of a mustard seed and having a mindset that you know you're here to make a change, you need to want it as bad as you breathe. So it all boils down to you and the choices that you make to make that impact in your life. And you could take the step today, and this is just a stepping stone at the relaunch to just guide you into that path and letting you know that we are all here with you. So we're about to bring on our next presenter. It's Huddle Makwele. He is the local director of Startup Huddle St. And Wazi, steering the helm of Startup Huddle St. Lucia, his focus is basically on meeting a vibrant ecosystem and focusing on spaces where solutions and growth strategies can be shared freely. With his recent endeavors, he's orchestrated monthly networking sessions, which have become a cornerstone for local business development and collaboration, and he's here to leverage his expertise in the creative direction and web content creation. So his niche is business development, where his strategic approach to growth has facilitated and forged meaningful partnerships. His skill set is also honed by his time as a radio content producer at Caxton Local Media, JHB North, and he continues to use his efforts in crafting compelling narratives that resonate within the entrepreneurial community. So I would love to welcome Luazi Mankwele to just share with you all a few remarks.
Thank you so much for that, Tanzania. I just want to double check. I would like to just keep maybe my screen off. I've got a connectivity issue, but can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Audible. Okay, fantastic.
Yes, we can.
All right, fantastic.
Is everyone able to hear Luazi?
No.
No, right now, no.
Hey, Wazi, are you able to go out and come back in?
All right, I'm not sure how I sound now. I've just been struggling with sound.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Yeah, because of network, I'm going to try to be as clear as possible and just project. But mostly for today, like I was saying, congratulations, guys, for your relaunch, and I wish you guys all the best. What I would like to speak about is, so what I do is I lead a one-year-old startup of Sandton City. Sandton City is South Africa's most economically driven city. We are Africa's biggest in terms of GDP, and it's made up of a lot of headquarters for big businesses, mostly the mining industries and the tech industries that you find in Southern Africa. And so it's a very thriving city. So in my first year, having been a startup Huddle lead, been able to foster relationships with some of the big corps, but most importantly, outside the country. I do a lot of work in media. So we have got the BRICS that happened in South Africa last year. I was fortunate to be part of that, which was part of my fostering relationships and networks with other countries. Now, what I'd like to speak about today is the opportunities that are there in South Africa, and I would imagine in the world at large. Because of technology, we are now able to interconnect with other countries, and we are able to also foster business relationships with other countries, which is something that is phenomenal for just Africa as a whole and African people's ability to reach out to the world. So my main function is to foster relationships with potential partners at every given stage of business, whether a business is starting, whether a business is ready for venture capital, We offer mentorship, and but most importantly, on this platform, I would like to speak about what South Africa can offer in terms of your tourism industry. You've got a beautiful country that has got potential in attracting some big spending corporates within South Africa as a country. And we also have a thriving tourism industry and also manufacturing in terms of your agri processing. So with technology that we've got today, we look at ways, this is something that I'm very passionate about, and I do research on this in terms of developing technology systems that are going to foster the type of relationships that we have as predominantly Black countries, no matter where you are in the world. We've got about 90% in South Africa of the minerals that we need for electric vehicles, for example, for the batteries. Now, the export of vehicles in my country is the #1 export market in the whole continent. We export vehicles, and so with the sudden surge of electric vehicles, we find that there's about between 80 and 90% of the minerals that you need to manufacture electric vehicle batteries, for example. And that gives an opportunity for us to foster relationships with other countries. Now, tourism plays an important role nowadays to have these meaningful relationships. And one of the things that I do look at starting to do is traveling to countries such as yours, where we have what's called exchange programs. And these exchange programs, I'll be bringing young people that have got startups, young founders, to do research, but most importantly, to invite other startups like yourselves to our country to have a look at what we can exchange. Education and skills is one of the first places where we look to start, so that we can get young people to generate an interest in economics of our countries. So I've been doing a lot of research just in the last couple of days on St. Lucia, and I can tell you now that there is quite a lot of room for the next 12 months for us to keep having these conversations on such platforms, but to also draw up a plan in terms of how we have multilateral relationships, memorandums of understanding, and we can partner in terms of tourism, and we use tourism to foster opportunities. When you come to South Africa, for example, as businesses, we've got millions of dollars that we incentivize founders and startups when they're coming to my country to do business. And so these are opportunities that I want to present. And look, my details will be with Tanzania. She will be able to reach out to you. I'll also keep in contact, but that's basically the message that I've got, is that within tourism, agriculture, and technology, I look at forming relationships with some of your businesses, and we look at fostering a brand new age for the next 50 years going forward. Africa is what's called the new frontier. We've got the most youngest people, we've got the brightest minds. So when I do business plans now, I do 50-year to 100-year business plans going forward, which is something that is sustainable, which also adds value to the United Nations goals. But what's also very important, where the opportunity lies for Africans across the diaspora, is that with the surge of AI, we can now develop models around the types of businesses that we want. There isn't any more red tape, and it's just a phenomenal time to explore. So I do invite you to gather within making plans, with my country. Next year, we are hosting the G20, for example. It's going to be held in South Africa. It's a phenomenal opportunity for those of you that would like to come over. I'll be more than happy to host any of you that come through as businesses. We do share in value chain in terms of whatever business, international businesses that are happening in South Africa. We're able to host foreign delegations, foreign businesses, and we are able to foster partnerships for growth, sustainable growth. And where in areas where there is no interest at all, we're able to create interest, and that is through education and skills. And so mining is one area that before was largely in the hands of, let me say, Europeans, but my country's made great strides in making sure that the value chain for mining is now shared. There's freedom to be able to get into that value chain. Same as agriculture. We are looking at the technology that we use now for weather conditions and for predictions in terms of getting the right crops. I know that you guys are with a very competitive bananas market that was hindered by maybe the competition across the world. But I can tell you now that if you look at opportunities within the Southern African region, there's a lot that we can do. So with that said, yes, it's very, very great to be here. And thank you so much for the platform. But more than anything, I look at this opportunity as the beginning of something great. And I'm looking forward to visiting St. Lucia on research and development missions. And I invite you all to look at opportunities of coming to my country, and we can foster relationships going forward. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you so much, Wazi. We appreciate you sharing with us your journey on Startup Huddle Stanton, as well as opportunities for our local entrepreneurs and business leaders and industry leaders here to know that there are big things happening globally, that they don't have to scale on St. Lucia size, but knowing that they can do innovative work within their businesses, and agro-processing, which is now the leading industry for any investor wanting to know that you're creating an impact and your business can actually scale. And this is amazing feedback that you've provided. And if you'd be kind enough to share your LinkedIn that other persons can connect with you, that would be amazing in the chat. Anyone has any questions or any feedback?
No questions as yet.
No
But,
questions for me.
yeah, just most definitely I'll be linking for sure.
Okay, I'll definitely share my LinkedIn. I'll just put the details on the chat now, and you're more than welcome to connect with me.
Anzi, we're not hearing you if you're speaking.
So thank you so much, Lwazi, for sharing. Guys, as Lwazi said, he'll be dropping his LinkedIn profile details in the chat, so feel free to connect with him. Our next speaker I'm bringing on is Miss Aletta Ratti Michelle, and she's a senior manager in retail banking with Bank of St. Lucia. So Miss Aletta Ratti is no stranger to the professional field or the banking industry. She's a banking professional currently employed with Bank of St. Lucia Limited and has over 3 decades of experience within the banking and finance industry. She currently serves as a senior manager for retail banking, and her responsibilities include a broad range of areas, including overall responsibility for all Bank of St. Lucia branches, inclusive of newly established the digital branch. She also manages EC Global Insurance, which is an agency of GK Insurance Company Limited, and this provides general insurance to the wider public. Mrs. Ratti Michelle also has responsibility for Bank of St. Lucia's MSME portfolio and manages a team of relationship managers who deal exclusively with MSME businesses in St. Lucia. Ms. Ratty Michelle previously served in the role of branch manager for Bank of St. Lucia, Soufrière branch for approximately 10 years. She holds the position of Public Relations Officer of the St. Lucia Bankers Association and is also a member of the Bank of St. Lucia Strategic Leadership Team, which is a core team of banking professionals who are engaged in directing the bank through the foreseeable future. So guys, Miss Aleterati Michelle recognizes that integrity and commitment are not merely a saying, but it is a vital pillar for sustainable banking practices. She strongly believes that these are the foundational traits on which trust is built, and she does bring a wealth of knowledge and expertise to her role. She does hold a master's in finance from the Edinburgh Napier University, and I welcome her to the platform. Welcome to Startup Huddle St. Lucia Relaunch.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Tanzi, and your team for bringing me on tonight. It's an honor to be here. Can I share my screen? Let me just see if I can.
Yes, you can.
So now, and good evening, participants. It's very nice to be on the call here tonight. Let me just start sharing my screen. Can you just give me a minute? Let me try and share my screen.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, can you see my screen? Just confirm that you can.
Yes,
Okay,
we can.
great.
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Yes, we
great.
can.
Thank you. So tonight, I'm just going to give a little bit of information on small businesses, where you start, how you continue, and what it is you need to do for you to be able to sustain your business into the future. These just are the topics we cover tonight. I'll be very brief. I'll try to stay brief as possible. Let's look at financial literacy. That seems to be a big word for some persons when we move into small businesses. And for you as small businesses, it's important that you understand what financial literacy means. It refers to an understanding of a variety of important skills and concepts which you need to manage your business and to sustain it into the future. Financially literal people are generally less vulnerable to financial fraud. And in this day and age, fraud seems to be on the rise. A strong foundation as young entrepreneurs or as entrepreneurs, it's critical that your financial literacy background is elevated on a consistent basis. So you start by asking the basic questions when you move into your business: how to, why, when, what, and it helps you to manage that business into the near future and into the foreseeable future, as well as into the long term. The key aspects of financial literacy include knowing how to create a budget for your business. And sometimes we omit to create a budget for the business and we spend the finances of the business as it is earned. You need to learn to plan for your retirement, because at some point you will retire from the business and somebody else will take over. You need to learn how to manage debt for the business so that the business can be sustained, that you do not over-indebt your business. And you also need to track, as a small business owner, your personal spending. Financial literacy can be obtained through many different ways. You can speak to your finance professional, your friend, your banker. You can read on it. These days, YouTube has quite a bit of information that can guide us into managing our business. So generally, it's a big term, but it really means understanding how finance in your business operates, how it works to make your business, to sustain your business in the future. So let's start by looking at bookkeeping, basic things. Why do you need bookkeeping for your business? Bookkeeping really gives you a guide on how to make decisions, and that is financial decisions for your business. It helps you understand the financial position of the business. Where are you at right now? Why am I at this stage? Some of you may have started your business from capital from your friends, your family, or even from your own savings, and that you don't want to lose that initial capital that you injected into your business. So you need to understand how to manage that capital, that amount of funds you injected into your business. How do you manage that so that you can sustain that business moving forward? Because you don't want to start up your business now, and in the next 6 months, you're grappling as to how do I purchase my next stock? How do I obtain my next piece of equipment? How do I, move into probably invest in some of that business to earn some more money so that I can expand my business into the future? So these are questions that you need to ask to guide your decisions on financial management. You need to be able to track your income and expenses. And I say income and expenses because on a daily basis in your business, you earn income as well as you expense funds from that income that you earn. You need to be able to track both the income and the expenses so that at the end of the day, you know whether you are in a deficit, meaning you've spent too much money, or you are in a net profit position where your income has actually surpassed your expenses for a period of time, whether it be a day, a week, or however it is you track it. The critical part of this tracking is that you make it consistent and you keep a written record. Well, not necessarily written because we have the technology, but keep a record so that you can visualize what it is you're doing on a daily basis. You also need to reconcile your bank deposits and with your income. So say, for example, you make $100 a day. Did you deposit that money into the bank, or did you place half of it into your bank account and manage the rest for some other reason? But you must keep record of what it is you're doing with that $100 that you've earned for the day. You must manage your cash flow levels. It's critical because without cash flowing into the business, you have no means of spending anything for the business. In terms of what you need to manage your finances for, you need to think about, do I need to diversify my products in the future? Am I looking to add any additional different products to my suite, or am I expanding my services to a different demographic? These are the kind of decisions you have to make as a business person, and you need to be able to manage your finances to be able to understand how to do that and to reach the goal. In some instances, your business is located at your home and you may want to physically relocate the business. You need funding for that. You need to manage your stock levels, like I said. In all of that, businesses will experience a period where the clients will owe them, and that means you will incur some receivables, and there will be times when you will have payables that you need to meet, but you don't have the finances at the time. In In every business, you need to determine how many staff members do I need to have at this point in time. Is this my low season? Is this my high season? Am I just starting off? Where am I in my business? And all of these areas is really the heart of your financial management skills. To be able to adequately do that takes time, it takes effort, it will take a bit of understanding of what it is where your business is at, what it is your business want to achieve, what are the near objectives, what are the medium objectives, and what are the long-term objectives. And we need to be able to manage that. And by managing that, keeping a record of your finances would help you visualize how you get there. And it's important that you do that on a regular basis. Sometimes businesses ask, why do I need to register my business? Why do I have to go to the government agencies and register my business? You need to do so because, one, you need to access a bank account or an account for your business somewhere at a financial institution. It could be a credit union, it could be a bank, but you need to be able to manage the finances of that business through a bank account. It's also important because at some point in the business life cycle, you will need financing for some reason, whether it be for expansion, for equipment, for working capital, whatever it may be that you need for that business so you can sustain it, you will need a financial institution. And so being registered takes away that personal effect from your finances, because you have your personal finance management and you also have the business finance management. If you incorporate a business, the business becomes a separate entity. It's no longer you as an individual. It becomes an entity on its own. And so it has its own finances, it can obtain its own credit. And so we always advise persons to incorporate the business. So at least if you need to access funding, you do so under the company's name, which is separate and apart from you, the owner. I know in some cases, persons do not want to do it, but if you start with a business name or you just register the business to be able to start up, later on you can decide to incorporate your business so that as you expand from a small business into a corporation, into a larger entity, then that business becomes a separate entity. It's also wise to register your business because you can tap into available grants. You can tap into associations that provide you with expertise or support. So as a registered business, you have many benefits in managing your business. There is quite a bit of support out there, and now we know government is giving some support to small businesses to ensure that you continue to sustain the economy as you have been doing, because we know between 60 and 70% of GDP comes from our small business income and our small business contribution to our economy. And that is, when we look at the global effects of SMEs and the contribution that you make, it's critical that we support you as financial institutions to be able to guide you on the right path. So we're saying register your business so at least you can capitalize on what is available to you. So you would say, what type of financial statements do I need as a business? When you start a business, you always inject something into the business to start it. So whether it be cash, whether it be equipment, whether it be stock, something starts off the business. That's where your balance sheet comes in. So your balance sheet would show how much cash is in your business. I'll just show you a very basic one in a while, but you need to have your balance sheet in place. Income statement is critical, like I said, the cash flow management of your business is also very critical when you think about the financial statements that you need. And it does not have to be extensive in terms of the information, but it has to have the real information which is generated from your business. And I know in some instances, you, the small business person, may not be able to handle all the financial part of the business whilst trying to sustain the business or keep the business alive. So it is always wise to have somebody assist you, whether it be a professional accountant or somebody in your family who can actually keep the books for you. Then they can probably just maintain the bookkeeping and get somebody to compile it at the end of a period, whether it be quarterly, monthly, whatever it is that you find is easier for you. Because in a lot of cases, when a business comes to a financial institution for support, you hardly find businesses with the necessary financial documents to be able to state, this is the amount that I'm making in my business, and this is the amount I have left at the end of the day to be able to invest in additional equipment or working capital, whatever it may be, that I can afford to pay a loan. So financial information is critical for a business to move forward into the future and to sustain itself. This is just a basic, it may look like a lot of information, but it's just a basic balance sheet which shows a comparative analysis, well, a comparison between 2 years, the current year and the previous year. Albeit a balance sheet would show you a picture at a particular time. So it could be at the end of your financial period, it could be at the end of a half year, a quarter, but you always have a picture of what your business looks like in terms of net worth. How much assets you have, how much do you have in debts, what is the difference? Is your business in a deficit position, or do you actually have a positive net worth in your business? Okay. This is just a sample of the income statement where you realize you just record your income for a period of time. So I have here 23, 22, 21. That would represent the full years for each of these areas. So you first have to take into account your income. The cost of maintaining that business is your cost of sales. Then you see your gross profit, and it goes down the line into your expenses. So that at the end of it all, you see what your net income is. And the net income comes after your income tax expenses. And every business must have that one way or another. As individuals, we have to pay our taxes as well. So how do you manage a business budget? A budget is a very vital tool for any business. So you need to track your performance. A budget can help one understand how your business is performing overall and drill down to assess the performance of specific departments and specific projects that you undertake. The budget also helps you to manage your cash flow. So at the beginning of every operating cycle or operating year, if it's a year, that's your cycle, 12 months, you would normally prepare for every business to be successful. You need to have that visual. So you have to prepare a budget to determine what is it the business is going to undertake for the next 12 months. And that budget will include your income and your expenses. And at the end of the day, you will determine as the business owner whether that business is going to be making a profit or loss based on that budget. And it's always wise as business owners to visit your budget on a frequent basis. It is important that you see where your business is at, whether you need to recalibrate your budget to to align it with needs at this point in time? Do you need to change the figures around? Why is it you need to change your figures around? So there are there are unforeseen items or things that come our way on a regular basis. So we may need to recalibrate our budget at some point. A budget also helps you make informed decisions about your short-term, medium, and immediate long-term needs as well. For example, you can use a budget to decide if you can afford to hire more staff or expand your business. Your business may have made a profit in the last year, but based on your budget for the next year, you decide whether you want to see an increase in that income, an increase in that expense. What is it you need to do? So a budget helps you to make future plans for your business. It also helps you to control spending, because you as a business owner must understand that you will not remain as a very small business all the time. You will grow. So the budget helps you to control spending and unnecessary spending, that is. The budget also helps to prepare for the unexpected. So you may have emergency business. And it also helps to create a safety net for the business as well. So in emergency situations, your business can meet the expense that comes its way. Always plan for the future. A budget can help you to plan for future needs, your taxes, your seasons, where in some cases we have businesses that are invested in tourism activity. There are highs and lows. What do you do during a low season to maintain your business whilst your income has reduced significantly? And we all need to be very realistic about it, because there are businesses with seasonal and very, very volatile seasons that it can affect your income significantly. So it's important that as you keep your budget in line with what you envisage for your business, how you see your business moving forward, and do not just try to jump and say, okay, this year I made $100, next year I'm going to make 100,000. Let's be realistic about it and plan properly for the future. So cash flow management is another financial statement, another financial area that we all need to manage as business owners. Your income from sales is not your personal income. And some businesses believe that when you actually collect the income from the business for the day, it goes into your pocket. That's not the case. You need to be able to use that income from the business to manage the business expenses. The cash flow statement provides projection into the future, and it gives you a visual as to how my business will perform in the next 12 months. Is my income going to grow? Is it going to remain stagnant? Or why is it? Am I going to earn income during the first 4 months, and the next 4 months I'm not going to earn anything? How is it that you're going to manage that business into the future? So your cash flow statement actually shows you your income, expenses for the next 12 months. And it's important for you to understand what is in those statements, because you as the business owner need to be able to explain it to a financial person for you to get the assistance that you require. The cash flow as well is a statement which reflects, well, I said that, all sources, income from your operations, which is the income from operations of the business, or it could be sale of assets, or anything whatsoever. It could be equity, savings that you have, you injected into the business. It forms part of your cash flow. Your business cash flow also contains your expenses, and that is, it could be capital expenditure or your business operational needs. So that's, you'll probably see a lot here on the screen, but that's just a cash flow example of a cash flow that you can use. How do you become bankable? And it's small business people, we ask of you that you think future for your business, because in most instances you have the business idea, you develop your business, you develop your plan, you envisage what you want to do, but when it comes to the financial part of it, it's sometimes left on the back burner until you realize, hey, I need to manage my business finances. So we ask you to register your business. First and foremost, register with NIC and tax. Open a business account. It's important that you do so to maintain the records for your business. Ensure you engage in proper record keeping and make it consistent. Do not use business funds for your personal reasons, and deposit all your business proceeds as much as possible into that bank account. If you neglect to do the above, you will not be deemed credit ready by a bank or a financial institution, whichever one, credit union, whatever it is you deal with. So it's important that you do those few steps to be able to manage a bank account and to maintain your business for yourself, your family, and the future. Okay, so available products and services for any business, and you will go to any bank or Lucia have the same available products and services. So we have the regular bank accounts. We provide you with online banking. We allow you to use the electronic funds transfer, which is the ACH, automatic clearinghouse, which makes life easier for a business because you can sit at your home at 10 o'clock in the night, pay your wages, you can pay your bills, you can do anything online these days. It's important also, if you have a physical location, to have a point of sale machine, if you have a physical location, or if you're offering a product or service and you don't have a point of sale machine, you may miss out on your sales. And of course, we all financial institution or banks provide you with credit cards. So these are the areas. Your bank account is safe. You can look at your account at any point in time. You can see how the lows and highs are in your account, what's happening with your account. You can transfer between your accounts within the bank or out of the bank. You can pay your customers, pay your bills. You can do almost anything using a bank account. And for us at Bank of St. Lucia, I'm not here to promote Bank of St. Lucia tonight, but I would hate to think I live here and don't point you, the small businesses, to an avenue where you can access information for the development of your business. So we have the My SME portal at Bank of St. Lucia on our website that you can access, and you can get the information you require. It also has direct links to SBDC to be able to register your business. It has areas where you can actually request for a bank account to be opened. You can make a request of us, or any question you have, ask, and we will return to you using the portal. Okay, so it's important that you access information out there. That is one avenue. Government website has another avenue, and online has a host of information that small business people can tap into. So that's it for me tonight. I will stop sharing, hopefully. Yeah. Right, so that's it. I hope I did justice to what you needed, Tanzi, for this team of persons. I want to thank you again for bringing me on tonight, and I look forward to meeting with you all, maybe individually or in a group setting, doesn't matter. I take every opportunity to speak with small business owners and to guide forward as to what it is you need, because it is critical that you who contribute so significantly to our economy, that you are able to sustain your businesses moving forward. So thank you very much and have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very informative.
Thank you so much, Miss Rati. This was a mouthful today. But again, guys, you've been hearing many talks about financial literacy, but Miss Rati came to drill it down as to the importance of the financial literacy and banking and investments. Startup Huddle is here to educate as the number one thing. So our relaunch is set to educate you and make sure that you leave here with something today that you can implement in your business from tonight. Knowing that you got this information here, I advise everybody to take this into account and go onto the portals as you're looking to secure finance and grow your business. We're a hub for resources and a hub for education. And I welcome you all to the stage that if you want to ask questions to Ms. Rati before we bring on the next speaker, that you're free to go ahead. Does anyone have any questions? Has everything been clear so far?
Yeah, all good on my end. Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. So we're going on to our next speaker, who is Mr. David Aaron Henry. Just give me a second to share my screen. Are you guys able to see my screen? Let me know once it pops up.
Yes, we can.
Yep, just popped up.
All right, guys. So we're down to our last featured speaker, and David would be the highlight of tonight as we are focused on sustainable businesses and social entrepreneurship. Our last speaker tonight would be
We can't hear you, Tansy. Apologies, everyone. I'm sure most of you have been experiencing the latency in the internet connection for the past few days since it's been raining. Tansy's network just dropped, so let's just give her a few minutes to come back in.
Okay, noted.
Did everyone get bumped on the call?
No, I think it was just on your end.
Just a second. Did you guys hear David's bio?
No, we did not. So you'd have to give the bio once more.
Sure, thank you for that. So guys, I'm presenting to you Mr. David Aaron Henry, and he is a dedicated social entrepreneur, the co-founder of Rethink Youth and the CEO of Strategy Reloaded. He leads initiatives focused on social development, environmental sustainability, and youth empowerment in St. Lucia and beyond. His work includes the Vetiver Smart Farms project, which addresses agricultural challenges while promoting climate action. David mentors entrepreneurs from the idea stage to launching social startups, helping them turn their ideas into impactful ventures. He is a member of the Global Shapers community and has been recognized as an impact maker by UNDP's Youth for Climate. He advocates for gender equality, environmental sustainability, and the empowerment of marginalized communities, aiming to create lasting solutions to pressing social issues. I present you all with Mr. David Aaron Henry.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Let me see, I want to share my screen. Okay, fantastic. Okay, can everyone see my full screen?
Yep, all good.
Okay, fantastic. So my name is David Henry. I'm the CEO of Strategy Reloaded. Basically, we're an implementation company, and all we do is we improve the life of other people for business. We're established in 2022, and we're just an elite team of social shifters. And we use business as a tool to create change. We're founded on the values of equality, and we aim to make the world a more inclusive place for everyone, no matter what background, race, ethnicity, religion, gender, or whatever what part of the world you're from. Our services include industry strategy consulting, advanced vetiver systems technology, and people development. A little background about me. I have a mini MBA, or what you call a corporate MBA, which I did through a company that many of you would know as AstraZeneca, as part of a one-year program through the MBA Academy. Through this program, I was able to receive an award as a strategy consultant by the University of the West of England. And because of my interactions throughout the program, I was honored as the International Visions Ambassador at the MBA Academy, which allows me to do the mini MBA, the corporate MBA program with companies across the world. I am an expert at vetiver systems, and you will learn a little bit about it further down the line. I am an international trade specialist. Again, I did not, my highest level of education formally is secondary school. I went to the Cicero secondary school, but I was lost in finding out, or trying to decide what life had in store for me, and deciding whether I was going to go through the education system that we have here, or am I going to specialize in certain things. And so with the Electronic Business School of Ireland, I was able to do a international trade specialist accreditation across 4 pillars of international trade. I am a soft skills trainer, and funny enough, you see, this is the art of being young and being ambitious. From my knowledge and expertise as a strategy consultant, I was able to work with the Electronic Business School of Ireland to collect a lot of monies that was owed to it by various banks across the world who use their programs to train staff. And as a result, I did not accept a monetary payment, but instead I was able to purchase a online learning platform. So we have the Strategy Reloaded platform, which has every single course that is on the Electronic Business School of Ireland's portal. Again, the competitors would be LinkedIn Courses, Allison, Coursera, and whatnot. Fun fact, I was a former international footballer, and I work as a country leader, especially in the youth arena, for a number of organizations like the World Economic Forum, UNICEF, USAID, the UK government, AstraZeneca, One Young World, etc., etc. I am a social and agri-food techpreneur, and last but not least, my very humble self as a police officer. Now, what I want to discuss with you tonight is the power of social enterprise. See, many people believe that when they bring their business idea that just clicks forward, it's going to work. So most people start businesses without having an in-depth understanding, in-depth research as to the industry. And so for many reasons, most businesses do end up failing. And when I started my my social enterprise, it is actually to find funding for my youth organization called Rethink Youth. I have this group of young people from Canaries and Ancillary and Sufre, and we're taking on amazing projects. But even before we could have done that, being able to sustain, to do activities in our small communities was a challenge. And so for what we decided to do is to use the expertise of our members and to offer it as services. Strategy Reloaded puts the proposals together for Rethink Youth, and then Rethink Youth implements the project. And that has worked as a mechanism where Rethink Youth is sustaining itself, receiving funding, further developing the members, and also being able to provide Strategy Reloaded with consultancy payments. And so from the idea to taking off in social enterprise, there's 8 steps that one needs to follow. So you have the problem. Again, the world has ample amounts of money for solutions that will tackle problems facing our communities. So you define the problem. At the end of that stage, you should be able to have a problem statement. A beneficiary needs this or can get this that they need by doing that. Then you plan for your social impact. Find out about what's happening within the industry, competitors, any body who is doing something similar. Then you build support for your cause. You meet the people, you observe, you make research based on the problem that you're trying to put a solution for. Then when you've done that, you test the idea on a small scale. And while you're doing that, you find your customers. And in finding your customers while testing small scale, eventually you're going to grow into a bigger scale. And so you would have to design a business module. Now, in designing your business module, again, when you go through the step 1 to 6, and of course, this is a course that we also do as well. So when you get to step 6, you basically have a concrete business that you're sure can compete in the market. There's no guarantee that it will thrive skyrocketing, but you definitely have a solid business that could go into the market. And so you would have a business model. A business model will say who are your competitors, your partners, who are your clients, your assets, what you have, what you need, and so forth. Then the other thing is securing funding, and that's where a lot of startups, a lot of organizations, I believe volunteering should be a thing of the past. And where in the spirit of volunteering, these organizations who are doing amazing works in the communities, tackling problems, should be able to receive funding for grants, for international programs, through subcontracting mechanisms, that they can get some remuneration for the people who are providing the voluntary, their services and their goods. And then once you'll be able to tap into these fundings, then you're ready to launch and get going. So, for example, let's use Strategy Reloaded just to break down a few things. So what does Strategy Reloaded do? In this MBA course, what we do is we help business develop effective strategies for their teams and their departments. And most people use different mechanisms like the SWOT analysis and all these other things. But what we do is we go into a 7-step. So there's 7 approaches to analyzing your business, going into the strategies, selecting strategies, and then last but not least, the sweet spot of opportunities, which is where you can apply the strategies to reduce your expense as a business and to derive more profits as a business. The other thing is to anticipate the change in the competitive environment. When you do that, you become more aware, and you can now set more strategies, different strategies, rotate your strategies, so that you're always at the top when it comes to advantage. And then the third thing is to identify how best they can utilize their own energies, their skills, their talents, and those of their new colleagues to help the business rise to a new level of competitive performance. So we do this with companies, and many of you will be lucky because we're going to launch something new for young entrepreneurs, especially young entrepreneurs, through, ideally we want to look at the youth economy, but then one of the main challenges about working with government agencies is that government, to some extent, can pick and choose who can attend. And so I believe, we have the perfect platform in Tanzania. That's something I hope that you'll be more than willing to set up. So that is one business, which is one idea that I had based on the skills that I can do. The second thing is vetiver systems. So vetiver is a grass. If you look in the picture, you would see that this grass roots, it grows very deep. And it's effective in any landscaping environment, no matter the weather. And it forms so many beneficial features and performances to assist in agriculture, slope stabilization, disaster mitigation, contaminated land and water. And there are other livelihood opportunities like crafts, essential oils, and other components of vetiver business where that derives economic and social benefit. So for example, if there is a landslide in Haiti, or there's a landslide in Dominica, a team from Strategy Reloaded, most likely through ReThinkYouth again, because they are the implementing partners, should be able to go to Dominica, St. Vincent, wherever that landslide is, and to stabilize that landslide through the vetiver systems technology. That is, again, is another business idea. And using the steps to start up, we made it happen. And I was telling you earlier that we were able to purchase an online learning platform. Of course, every single course is 40 euro. Now, the benefit of social enterprise is that you're doing these things for the benefit of someone or the environment. And so this time around, we are taking the courses that are on EBSI and we're making it more affordable for solutions. So this is a continuous professional development course, which is certified and accredited by the UK Accreditation Service. And so again, we decided that we're not going to focus on something that is degree or something that is too technical. Again, we're focusing on the people skills that you need to engage customers, to make customers spend their money. And I think that is one of the shortfalls of almost every business. And so the courses have reduced from 40 euros being on the EBSA platform to 13 euros. on the Strategy Reloaded platform. And what we've been able to do is we've been able to, because of that reduction, approach hotels. So many of you in Sufre would have gotten opportunities to do courses for free. Many of you in Ancillary would be able to do courses for free. Many of you would have been able to do courses for free in Canaries, simply because the hotels paid that 14 euros. And for application process, you were able to get these professional skills, get them certified by the ministry. And many of the participants who were unemployed are now working within the hotel sector, especially in Sufre. Many of them were supposed to complete 8 courses, 8 separate courses that will give them a professional certificate. And by the time they complete 3 or 4, they will already move into a job and probably not even complete the 8 courses. And so that's something we're able to accomplish, and we're very happy about that. We have Sandals Foundation, who also did improved on the numbers of people who could have done the courses. So far, we've done 8,000 courses, and all of, again, funds are coming in, and then Roofing Youth is able to do its project. And this is what social enterprise is about. Now, many of you might believe that the people development and the strategy consulting is the biggest part of what Strategy Reloaded does, or it's the biggest part of what Roofing Youth does, and it brings in more money. This is a business model of Strategy Reloaded when it relates to our Veti Vamos. We call it Veti Vamos. Let's go Veti. And so the business model will tell you about your key partners. For us, who are our potential key partners? So there are engineering and contracting companies, Namalco, Braining. You have environmental companies and NGOs, those who have big grants, they want to do something along the lines of conservation and don't know where to start. Of course, could some contractors to do some stuff. We did something in Canaries with an organization in Trinidad called I Am Movement. Government ministries, of course, the Ministry of Works, development agencies like IDB, ICA, UNDP. Recently, we just came from Italy. Earlier this year, we were in Canada. We're just spreading the love and networking with young activists, agents who are taking on climate issues. And of course, we've received many invites in Africa and in India. And so there's a lot to come. So we have regional cooperations, and we have impact investment and partners. So the key activities will be of land, property, water source assessment. Our activities will be training and designing and supplying of green engineering solution. The key resources, plant nurseries. Without the plants, 1 plant equals $1. So if you're contracted to do something in St. Vincent, where you're revegetating a landslide or stabilizing a landslide, if you need 200,000 plants, that is easily 200,000 EC dollars by just having the plants. Or if there, someone who has vetiver in the backyard, you can purchase the plant from them. That works as well. Again, social enterprise, being able to spread the love when it comes to money. The other thing is engineering expertise and physical assessments. So a lot of people do try to, and this is why we had to get a professional certificate from the Vetiver Network International, because while you might be trying to stabilize or provide an engineering solution on a slope, whether houses or village below, mal applying this solution can cause to the death of a lot of people, loss of their livelihoods, their house. And so it's important to have technical experts. So far in the Caribbean, there's only 2 technical experts when it comes to vetiver, myself, and the director for the West Indies, who is with I Am Movement in Trinidad. And so we always call upon each other every time we need assistance. And that's absolutely important. So plant nurseries, if you have the plants, you've got money. If you have the engineering expertise, you've got money. And more importantly, operational and administrative HR. These are the pillar of the project. You get the work done, they report, and then your organization or your business becomes a reputable one. and that opens doors for business. Value propositions, again, I'm not going to go through everything, but just briefly. Okay, the remediation and the revegetation of land, climate resilience capacity building that most people, especially homeowners, need now. Especially homeowners. We just did a project in Babuno for someone who wanted to learn about the vetiver, and we chose her house, which has a lot of slippage around it. It's been 1 year now. We saw the pictures, and she's comfortably living. We've revegetated the landslides. And so that is, again, another service that could be provided through it. Again, let's move to, let's say, channels. How do we get our business across? Most of us use social media. Most of us use word of mouth. Our friends tell a friend and whatnot. The partnerships with the NGOs and the companies and the other people, partners in the sectors. Like, for example, when we were in Italy, I am not at COP, but I saw a picture of myself at COP. And I saw many people taking pictures next to my picture because I was nominated as a impact maker in climate action. Again, many people scanned the photo, they opened and saw what I'm doing, the innovation of this same vetiver technology. And many people have reached out to LinkedIn to see how they can fund, partner with projects they're doing in other countries. Again, customer segments for your customers, resident clients, engineering companies, local government, NGOs, and the communities that you work in is so important. The cost structure, again, like I said, the plans, the standardized training, being able to train people to do the courses. So whether you're training people with the Ministry of Agriculture, of course, all of these things, you're teaching farmers how to safeguard their farms from erosions and whatnot. I guess, again, all of that does have value. The revenue streams, sale of plants, the completion of the vetiver engineering solution and the technologies that we used, and of course, developing the training sessions and developing projects and engineering these projects. And so this is how it works. And anybody who could get the science of being able to take an idea, being able to use your idea to benefit other people while getting some revenue, as well as being able to tackle all of these problems that we're looking to tackle. And again, St. Lucia has a million problems. So we live in the communities, we see it ranging from education to family guidance, counseling, mental health, and all these new pandemics that are uprising. Again, the onus is on every single St. Lucian, every single person who lives on this planet. You have the right to be able to develop a solution and in collaboration with someone or on your own, be able to offer that as a solution that can be monetized while tackling a problem. With this, I want to leave you. And if there are any questions, I guess, Tanzania, you can take it from there. I am going to stop sharing.
You're muted.
Thank you so much, David, for that. It was very informative as we are in the era of sustainable businesses and practices. All grant fundings, they want a social impact. So this is why David was here today to inform you of leveraging how your business can benefit either someone or your community. The 3 Ps, the people, the planet, and the price. So if you could implement such strategies within your company, you're able to stand out and receive grants from all agencies with your one business plan. The lean canvas model, I know many persons went to many courses and it wasn't as detailed as David's, but he put it in simpler terms where you know you just need to list it. And companies and businesses like Bank of St. Lucia and many other agencies abroad only request just this one piece of paper. They don't want 20 sheets. Can you just explain to me like an elevator pitch, how I can help you, how you can help me, what you're going to do would put you in the better place. So given that you've registered with Startup Huddle, this places you in a better position where we now can send out your information to strategic partners and investors who would want to work with you. David, if you're able to share the link to your site and more information about you, your LinkedIn, please go ahead and do that in the chat. Does anyone have any questions for David as we go on to our last speaker before we close? David, somebody asked, how can they get into training with you? Via the chat. Someone was just requesting how
it's very easy.
can they start training with you?
So very easy. You first have to care about a problem affecting your community. I prefer to work with people who care about problems affecting their community. There's going to be a number of opportunities, and Startup Huddle is going to be one of the main connecting points. A lot of the opportunities for your development, for your ideas. And once you can get your idea into a position where you believe that it can kick off into a business, I'll be more than happy to guide you, to work with you. Okay? And if you can provide a service, of course, that could be of use to us at Strategy Reloaded or Roofing Group. That makes our work easier, where we can always contract you as someone who can provide a service. We're always open to that. Again, it's about caring about people and the planet, putting a price.
Wonderful. Anybody had any other questions for Mr. Henry? All right, guys. So everyone, I just want to thank you all for being here with us thus far. We're about to bring on a very special youth who is a mother, a business owner, and she has grown her business to a level without much support. It just proves that your passion has to be bigger than your dream, your drive, what moves you, and your mindset. So I'm proud to bring on Letitia Louisi, who's going to be just sharing a bit about her entrepreneurial journey so that we can close knowing that it does take willpower and knowing that you have a never say no, never back down. And no matter how many times you fall, you're still able to get up and go on with your company. I know many persons have heard of Print and Stitch, but today she will be the one telling us about who she is and how she can inspire many of us at any phase or level in your company. So Patricia, we'd like to bring you on.
Okay, hi, good night, everybody. So as you know, my name is Katisha Louisi, and I am the co-founder of an amazing business called Print and Stitch. I started Print and Stitch is based in Babono. I work from home. I don't have a physical store. I started this business in 2023. I was explaining earlier what we do. We do customization, party favors, embroidery, a lot of things printing, and a lot of things customization, and a little embroidery. When I started, I seriously had no funds to start this business. I am a mother of 3, and I was working for my mom at the time. So I used my funds to get me to where I am today. When I got paid, every time that I got paid, I would buy a machine. For marketing, I have used Facebook. I have used Instagram. When I just came in, I used to pay Facebook to spread my information all throughout St. Lucia, so I was able to grow my clientele. In the time that I have had this business, I was able to open an account for the business, have my personal account, have my checkbooks, everything separated from my life to the business, so I can know if I'm overspending when it comes to saving for the business. I registered the business, I have my tax code. When it comes to saving, what I do, if I make monies, I don't use it. I use the monies that is already on the account, and then I deposit the funds that I have on me. So then they're always seeing how much the full amount that actually comes in into the business and how much I have to reinvest for me to have the business the place it is there. Formally now, I'm working with Digicel, I'm working with Mr. Auto Parts, I'm working with Railton. I have a lot of big customers, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was really hard. Even now, I still battle with, wanting to give up and stuff, but I have grown. So, yeah, basically, that's what it is. If you have any questions, you will let me know.
Thank you so much, Katisha. We do appreciate
One more
your.
thing. Sorry. I
Go ahead.
will show you some of the stuff that I've done in the past.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. Are you able to see?
Yes, we can. It keeps bouncing out, but if you scroll through, we can see you on
Yeah.
Instagram.
So this is some of the work that I've done for Railton. Then my customized bottles. I have worked with Cancer Society to do some of these things. These are some small businesses that I've also worked with. Mr. Auto Parts. This is my logo, print and stitch. And some other stuff. Here is my party favors that I've customized all on my own. I also do coloring books for kids, and I also have some books on Amazon. They're on here for sale as we speak. I have at least 5 books. It's coloring books. Then some other small businesses that I work with, government, Manny's, Caribbean Metals, and these are some of the tumblers. These are some of the things that I did for the Cancer Society. Okay, so that's about it. Thank you.
You're most welcome. And that's some great quality work that I see here from you, Patricia. And it's very impressive because most youth businesses would say, but how do I approach these companies? As Patricia said, she went out there and she did her best. She didn't have any mindset that they wouldn't come into support, but that her business would scale. Despite she's working from home, she's able to cut costs on rental space, and many of us can follow a similar pattern on how we ourselves can grow our businesses. I am very proud of the presenters we had today and the persons who joined. This can also be replayed via YouTube or on the Gen Global site if there was anything you missed. But I am here to reassure you that Startup Huddle St. Lucia is here to educate, inspire you, and to align you with the persons that you want to meet. So if it's a case that your business has to scale up and there's a partner in Trinidad, in America, we will contact them and see how we can get you a meeting. How can you access the finance and whatever grants are available? We will continue to share and post. And on our next Startup Huddle meeting, which will take place on December 19th, we'll be proud to present possible opportunities that you could take advantage of, and other investors would come on to tell you how you can sign up for grants and how you can apply. But the key thing is to apply the principles from Bank of St. Lucia, from Ms. Aletta Ratti Michel, David, but Wazi explained, and Sanyu, Joseph. All these things put together would position your brand to scale up and look presentable to the key persons that we're going to be bringing on, and look out for future updates on Startup Huddle St. Lucia's page. I thank you all for joining us, and we bid you a farewell. If there's anybody who wants to mention anything else, feel free, or share your information in the chat that you two can network amongst each other and use each other's services, because it is an ecosystem. I thank you all, and thank you for joining our Relaunch.
Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of it. Appreciate it.
Oh, you're most welcome. Does anyone have any questions? I see Pearl, your hand is up. You had any comments?
Hey, stop that. You're not school tomorrow, you'll know that, right?
So everyone, I thank you all again. And this is good night.
Good night.
Okay, bye.
Good night.